So now we've gone through and decided what keywords we're going to be using. We've looked up things that get searched a lot. We've looked up things that will actually pay out a fair amount. And depending on what you're writing about, you would have selected several keywords that you'd like to start basing your content around. Obviously, this needs to be around the central theme of however you're setting up your website. So you can't have a website about fishing and then discuss, say, motorcar racing or something like that. So now you've gone through all these steps, you've got the right keywords. Now we need to know, how do we implement those keywords and stay on the right side of Google? The first thing that you need to look at is the title tags. This is basically what is the title of the page or the content which you have uploaded. Things like Blogspot, WordPress, and many other content management systems already have this built in. If you're editing in HTML, then you will need to make sure that you've got the correct title tag and it's placed within the head tag of the content that you're writing about. The title tag is picked up for SEO by giving weight to the particular keywords which you're using. It's one of the many things that Google uses to check the relevancy of the page which you're trying to get people to read. Above and beyond that, there's some more. So not only will it start ranking that page high in Google results, but also when somebody does come across it in a Google result, it'll take that snippet and it'll also show it. Which means when somebody is looking up whatever information you are putting out there, it'll show a snippet of the information and it makes it more likely for them to click on it. So not only will you get a better SEO ranking, but you also have a higher chance of somebody actually clicking on the link, and that's what you want. I like to refer to this as the marriage of content, title, and tags. The first thing that you think about is, what am I going to be writing about? What topic do we have? And we've already covered that, and we've already pulled out some of the keywords that we're going to be using. So when coming up with the title of the page or post that you're putting up there, it should effectively communicate the topic of the page contents. So try to avoid titles that do not relate to the content at all. This is not just for SEO, but imagine somebody's looking up something about, say, new gaming hardware that's come out, and they find a link and it looks good and they click on it and all of a sudden it's showing fishing supplies. It's far less likely that that person will ever come back to your site or browse to any of your other pages, or even worse, click on any of the adverts that you have up there which you're relying on to make money. This is where it's better to have 10,000 people visiting your site who are there for what you are showing them, versus having 1 million people rock up who don't have any interest in what you are saying. The most common rookie mistake out there is people who leave the page title as untitled, because it's the default thing. If you're using a website builder like good old Front Page or something like that, you'll see that the title is generally starts off as untitled. If you leave it like that, you're losing out on all of the SEO ranking, and nobody is going to want to click on a page that just says untitled. The next thing is to make sure that your titles are unique for each page that you have. You don't just want to have one title that you use across every single page that's out there. Google is quite smart, and they do figure out that you're trying to spam particular keywords. It's okay to repeat certain keywords across it. I mean, if your website is about PC gaming like mine, then obviously PC gaming will be mentioned several times in various different titles. But you don't go on to just have the exact same title in every single one. It's unconfirmed, Google has never officially said it, but it is widely believed that Google will negatively grade sites for spammy behavior. This includes just having a list of keywords, which are high-paying, high-volume keywords in titles, and just set across every single one of your pages. Most CMSs out there, like WordPress and so on, will give you an option for a description meta tag. This is not just keywords, but also you can actually describe the content that you're doing. It's a very good idea to write a very brief summary, which covers what the article is about. Google, and I guess other crawlers as well, will then use the keywords inside that and assign it to the article itself. So once again, you are strengthening the keywords that you're looking at. There are a lot of webmaster tools out there. Google Webmaster Tools is absolutely fantastic. It'll help you analyze the section that you're doing, help you analyze the page, and see if you're on the right track. More than just SEO ranking is Google often uses the description from your meta tags as snippets for your article. So when you are browsing Google and you type in a keyword and it starts bringing up things, sometimes you see that short snippet. This is very often pulled from the description meta tag. So this will also increase the likelihood of somebody clicking on your link and following through with it. Words from the snippet are very often shown in bold. This will give the user more information and also draw their eye to the keywords which you're trying to show. So if it is something that they're interested in, they will go ahead and click on it. And that's what we want. We want more clicks. You don't just want to be on page 1 of Google, you want to be on page 1 with people clicking.